This is the Iowa Weather Report for Wednesday, September 11th, 2013. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. At 1 p.m. this afternoon, we have a trough digging into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes states with some energy mainly in Canada, some energy also across the Intermountain West. But around here, we're still going to have this frontal system that'll be slowly moving through the state. There could be a very isolated shower or storm, mainly along and south of Interstate 80. Highs today will be low 80s northwest to low 90s south and east. But it will cool off here Thursday statewide. Highs in the 70s north to low 80s south. And it'll be very cool the next couple of mornings thereafter, with most of the rain well off to our east and to our south and southwest. High pressure is over Marquette, Michigan here Friday. Could see morning lows Friday morning in the 40s, mainly north of Interstate 80 with low 50s to the south. Be nice and refreshing to shut off the air conditioner and open the windows. But unfortunately, the winds switch around to the south and it looks like some rain will move back in, as if we don't want to have that. We really need the rain. Moves back in mainly along and west of Interstate 35 on Saturday. Then on Sunday, it looks like the rest of the state gets in on the action as a frontal system kind of moves into the state once again, but the main storm center is well up into Canada, just east of Hudson Bay, and high pressure noses back in. It'll be over Lake Superior here Monday to start off a new work week. Rain down to our south over Kansas. We have a tropical system moving into northern Mexico or far south Texas. And that moisture starts to move northward, and you can see it moves into Texas, parts of the plains, as the winds switch back around to the south behind the high pressure moving off into New England. And what we need to watch is the storm coming in from the west, the Gulf moisture coming in from the north. We have a trough axis coming through the Intermountain West here a week from today. A ridge over the Gulf Coast region, but it's the flow coming out of the west and southwest that may bring some of this tropical moisture northward, as you can see here, by the middle of next week, with a storm system moving into the plains, so maybe some shower activity on an isolated basis by a week from today. Going into the extended period, and it looks a lot more active according to this. Here on the 22nd, we have a trough, a fairly deep trough over the western half of the country, a ridge centered in around Virginia, North Carolina. And that looks to be fairly stormy, if this is to be right. A low-pressure center over Saskatchewan with a frontal system dragging across the upper Midwest into the plains with some showers and thunderstorms there as well. And then as we move to the end of the forecast on September the 26th, we have one system off the Canadian Maritimes, one over the Great Lakes, one over the Pacific Northwest, as the main westerlies have finally come down into the middle of the country. We have one storm system departing into the Great Lakes. We have another storm system gathering strength over the Pacific Northwest, and maybe some tropical activity in the Gulf of Mexico. It looks to get more active toward the end of the month. The satellite image from last evening was not very active. We had a few isolated showers and thunderstorms along the frontal system from the Great Lakes into the Central Plains, and the monsoonal flow continuing over the south and west as well. And the watch warning map proves that point thoroughly, with several flash flood watches across Nevada, Arizona, Utah, western Colorado, and most of New Mexico and far west Texas. Some heat advisories around Detroit and Boston. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days. This goes through Sunday evening at 7 o'clock, and this also includes the rain that fell in some parts yesterday. Maybe a quarter to a half an inch. Some areas may get more, and some, unfortunately, may get a whole lot less.